Good afternoon, all of you, my dear students. It's me, Vishnu Karki, social studies teacher of this Pabson distance education. And previously, we talked about the development and a regional concept and the concept of regional concept of development and federalism. And we have talked about short introduction of our 7 provinces. Those things we have talked about. And today, we are going to talk about the infrastructures of development. I think in your book, if you say the lessons are entitled Drinking Water, Energy, and Human Resources in a separate lesson. Lessons may differ in each and every book, but these are the infrastructures of development. So I'm writing here infrastructures of development, like infrastructures of development, drinking water, energy, and human resource. Human resource. These are the three. In your book, these lessons are given separately, like drinking water, one lesson, energy, another lesson, and human resource, another lesson, differently. But these three are the infrastructures of development. First thing what we need to remember is like infrastructure of development you have studied in grade 7 to transportation and communication. Those lessons also are related to the infrastructures of development, so you need to remember. uh, these are the lessons we are talking about today. And here very first we are going to talk about drinking water. Here we are going to talk about the drinking water. How is the condition? What are the sources of the water, drinking water? How is the present situation of our country regarding the drinking water? We are going to talk about this. When we are talking about drinking water, here, what we need to remember is this water is the most important part of our life. It means without water, it's not possible to live. Human life or any other life almost is not possible. Life is not possible without water. So we cannot survive. Isn't whole ecosystem will be collapsed if there is no water, like desert, Sahara desert, no ecosystem, no life, nothing at all. Why means because of the human water, lack of water. So we cannot survive without water. Very first thing. And safe drinking water is necessary for our health. Means if we are not provided a safe drinking water, or if we are not using safe drinking water, and our health won't be good, or we won't be healthy. So that safe drinking water is necessary for our health. And contaminated water causes many diseases. If we are using polluted water, contaminated water, lots of diseases will be there. Diarrhea, jaundice, these are some example, and other typhoid or many other kinds of disease will be there. So what we need to remember is if we are using pure drinking water, safe drinking water, we will be healthy. When we are healthy, remember the word development here, then we can contribute for the development. The only healthy manpower or healthy human resource can contribute for the development. So that health is must. And for that, we need to have a pure drinking water or safe drinking water. So this is most important. You see example like I think 5 years ago, I think one news in Biratnagar, most of the people were suffer from jaundice because of the arsenic in what they're drinking water. In most of the places in Tarai region, almost more than 70-80% people are compelled to use underground water, which is contaminated or not safe, and lots of peoples are suffering from different kinds of diseases. So pure drinking water or safe drinking water is a must. This is the part of the human life. Without the water, no human life is possible. See there. Because of that, drinking water is one of the important infrastructures of development. One of the important infrastructures of development. Because you can see, if you see the history of human civilization itself, you will see most of the civilizations, or almost all the civilizations, started and flourished from the bank of the river. Why? We need to think of it, isn't it? Nile Valley civilization in the bank of Nile River, Mississippi civilization in the bank of Mississippi River, Wango Valley civilization in the bank of Wango River. Means in each and every places or each and every civilizations flourished or developed from the bank of the river. Why? Means because of the source of water. That was the past. But at present, we can use source of water from a different way, isn't it? And another is, without good water or pure, safe water, it is difficult to produce healthy manpower for the development of a country, of a society, isn't it? It's not possible. So we need to have a pure drinking water. If you talk about the Nepal's condition in different water, in terms of water resources, Nepal is the second richest country after Brazil. We are talking about in terms of water resources. Around 6,000, or some people claim that more than 6,000 small or big rivers are there in our country. This is the overall condition of availability of the water in our nation. That is what the thing is. But though we are second richest country in the world in terms of water resources, we are claiming more than 6,000 rivers, small and big rivers are there in our country. Most of them are flowing from the mountain range. They are perennial. Those rivers are flowing every day or whole year, 12 months. That situation is there. But people, or we are facing the acute shortage of water in the most part of the country. You can take an example of Kathmandu Valley, even Pokhara, not safe or pure drinking water. You can watch different those reports, television reports, isn't? And not only that, in other places too. That this is the problem. This is the major problem in our country. Means we are facing acute water shortage. If you see the Nepal's condition in terms of water, I already mentioned, second richest country, more than 6,000 rivers, and people are facing water shortage. Pure drinking, no pure drinking water. People are not getting. That this is what the situation is, isn't it? And if you see the present condition, or we can see from the past, like in the past, people used to drink water from wells, ponds, rivers, or taps, isn't it? These were the sources. This practice still exists in Tarai region, They use well or that underground water from tube wells. In hill and mountain areas, rivers are the major source of water. Still, not in the past. Past that was. Still at present too. In Kathmandu Valley, if you talk about the Kathmandu Valley, here is the acute shortage of the water, isn't it? And this water supply system in Kathmandu Valley, very first was started by the Rana Prime Minister Bir Samser. Pipe water was made available for the first time by Rana Prime Minister Bir Samser. He contributed to the public water supply system in our country for the first time. But if you say up to the present, the situation is not good. Nowadays, at present, government is trying to provide pure drinking water to all. For that, government formed Drinking Water Corporation. It means Khanepani Sansthan. Corporations means we obviously know that one organization. Corporation भन्ने बित्तिकै संस्थान भन्ने बित्तिकै व्यापार गर्ने संस्था. सरकारले पानीमा व्यापार गर्नलाई यो बनाएको कि सर्भिसलाई हो, त्यो कर्पोरेसन नराखेको भए राम्रो हुन्थ्यो भन्ने इट्स माई पर्सेप्सन. Is supplying drinking water in different parts of the country. Means the whole responsibility regarding the drinking water supply is taken by the Drinking Water Corporation, means Khanepani Sansthan. Isn't it? However, though institutions are formed, though institutions is there, and that institution is working, making plan, no doubt. However, drinking water problems have not ended in our country. I already told you, most of you know it. How is the problem? In each and every places, not in us one place. Problem of drinking water shortage is quite acute in large cities like Kathmandu. Kathmandu too, that is, acute shortage is there, and other places too. This problem is there. And especially in the Tarai region, water contains high level of arsenic because Tarai people are using underground water from the tube well, Kol bhanchu hami, which is very harmful for human health. Arsenic is harmful for human health, but government is unable to provide pure drinking water or supply pure drinking water in those areas. That is what we are facing the problem. Still, the large proportion of Nepalese population is devoid to access safe and adequate drinking water, means larger number of the population still is not getting pure drinking water. This is what the problem is. According to the Department of Water Supply and Sewage in Nepal, even though an estimated 80% of the total population has access to drinking water, though it is not safe. Means if you see the government data, around 80%, a bit old data maybe, 19. If you see the updated data, maybe it may be different. Okay? It means government claim is around 80% people are being provided the pure and safe drinking water. That government's document shows that, reflect that. But is that there in the field or in the community or other places or not? That is another part. We need to think of it. Like in most of the places of Kathmandu Valley itself, government is providing at least may not be water, but at least pipe or tap. धारा त घर घरमा जोड्दैकै छ, पानी आउँछ आउँदैन, that is another part. And that 80%, I think that kind of construction or projects cover 80%. That 80%, what the government is claiming, that data is there, no doubt, but are the water or is the water supplied in each and every village is pure, safe or drinkable or not? That is another part. Means we are not, or Nepalese are not getting pure and safe drinking water. This is what. And the new 15th plan, 5-year plan, prepared by last year, that has a objective or goal to facilitate, means up to 81, means within this 5-year planning, government plan to provide pure drinking water for 99% of population. This is the government target. It is not easy to fulfill the objective. If we are not able to enhance our institutional capacity, if the leadership is not committed, or if the institutions are not working as per the government's plan, target may not achieve. It's not easy because we have seen our institutional capacity, our leadership, our bureaucratic system to work to implement the plan. We have seen every day. And if we work like this, it's not easy. But government target is good. Okay, fine, 99%. But if the projects, the drinking water projects, will be like Melamchi drinking water project, started almost 18, 19 years ago and is still not completed. And government is claiming, okay, next year भनेको नि 6 वर्ष भयो मैले सुन्न थालेको. I think all of you heard the same thing, isn't it? And if the projects, the drinking water projects will be like Melamchi, the very perfect metaphor of corruption in our country, Melamchi drinking water project is, अस्ति टनल परीक्षण गर्नका लागि पानी हाल्दाखेरि 3 जनाले ज्यान गुमाउनु पर्यो. अब this kind of work is there, means this is why I am telling this is the perfect example of the perfect metaphor for the corruption. त्यो भ्रष्टाचारको सबैभन्दा उत्तम नमुना कुनै दिनुपर्छ भने मेलम्ची ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर प्रोजेक्टलाई दिँदा फरक नपर्ने स्थिति जुन छ. अब यो खालको काम गराई मेलम्ची ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर प्रोजेक्ट जस्तै काम गर्ने हो भने चाहिँ 99% पुग्ने सम्भावना 0.0001 पनि छैन भन्दा फरक नपर्ला जहाँसम्म है. If the institutional capacity won't be enhanced, if the institutional capacity won't be built up, if the leadership won't be committed, if the bureaucratic system or bureaucracy does not work properly, this objective won't be achieved. That is what the target is. This is about drinking water. भनेको खाने पानी. I want to tell few things in Nepali. खाने पानी भन्ने बित्तिकै मानवीय स्वास्थ्य अथवा मानव जीवन अथवा कुनै पनि जीवन त्यतिखेर मात्रै सम्भव छ जतिखेर खाने पानी सम्भव छ, पानी छ, वाटर छ. वाटर बिनाको जीवन कल्पना गर्न सकिँदैन. त्यो भएर यो खाने पानी ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर भन्ने चाहिँ यो एउटा महत्त्वपूर्ण पूर्वाधारको रूपमा हेरिन्छ. किनभने प्योर ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर छ भन्ने अथवा खानेपानीको व्यवस्थापन अथवा प्योर ड्रिङ्किङ सेफ ड्रिङ्किङ वाटरले चाहिँ ह्युमन हेल्थलाई राम्रो गर्छ र त्यो हेल्दी मेन पावरले नै हो डेभलपमेन्टलाई अगाडि बढाउने है. त्यो कारणले खानेपानी एउटा मानव जीवनको महत्त्वपूर्ण पार्ट हो र पूर्वाधारको महत्त्वपूर्ण के अरे विकासको महत्त्वपूर्ण पूर्वाधार पनि हो भाइ बहिनीहरू. र अब नेपाल चाहिँ खानेपानीमा नेपालको अथवा पानी अथवा वाटर रिसोर्समा चाहिँ नेपाल विश्वको दोस्रो धनी भनेर हामीले क्लेम गरिरहेका छौँ र ब्राजिल पछिको दोस्रो धनी भनिरहेका छौँ. 6000 भन्दा बढी नदीनालाहरू छन् भनेर हाम्रो चाहिँ दाबी छ हैन. त्यसै गरी के अरे मोस्ट अफ देम त्यो प्राय ती नदीहरू चाहिँ हिमालबाट सुरुवात भएका छन्. त्यसको मुहान चाहिँ हिमालमा छ. हिमालबाट सुरुवात भएका नदीहरू जो कन्टिन्युअसली चाहिँ 12 महिना चाहिँ बगिरहेको हुन्छ त्यो नदी. त्यो स्थिति छ भनेपछि हाम्रो वाटर रिसोर्सको प्रब्लम हुँदै होइन. त्यसलाई व्यवस्थापन गरेर डिस्ट्रिब्युसन गर्ने कुरामा नेपालमा समस्या छ. गभर्मेन्टले 80% भन्दा बढीलाई चाहिँ प्योर ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर दिएको भन्ने चाहिँ दाबी छ. तर अब हामीले देखेकै छौँ धारा त परियोजना बन्यो होला, ती कतिपय परियोजना अहिले पनि कायम छन् कि छैनन् थाहा छैन. अथवा काठमाडौँकै स्थिति हेर्ने हो भने पनि घर घरमा धारा छ, पानी कहिलेकाहीँ 1 महिनामा एकचोटि आउँछ, त्यो पनि कहिलेकाहीँ ढलै मिसिएर आएको पनि हामीले देखेका छौँ. गभर्मेन्टको डाटामा त त्यहाँ पनि खानेपानी सप्लाई भएकै नै भन्ने होला जहाँसम्म त्यस्तो खालको हो भने 80% नहुन सक्छ, 80% हो होइन भन्नेमै कन्फ्युजन छ। अब तर हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ भन्दा गभर्मेन्ट डाटालाई बिलिभ गर्नुपर्छ। 80%लाई अहिले गभर्मेन्टले प्रोभाइड गरिरहेको छ प्योर ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर, शुद्ध खानेपानी चाहिँ 80% पपुलेसनलाई प्रोभाइड गरिरहेको छ। यसमा पनि तराई रिजन चाहिँ विशेष गरी तराईमा चाहिँ जमिन मुनिबाट एउटा कल भन्छ तराईतिर, ट्युबवेल, त्यो गाडेर पानी लिइन्छ, त्यसलाई खाइन्छ। त्यसलाई कुनै फिल्टरेसन प्रोसेस बिना लगभग तराईको मोर देन 60% पपुलेसनले त्यो खालको खानेपानी प्रयोग गर्छ जसमा आर्सेनिक हुन्छ, जो ह्युमन हेल्थका लागि फाइदाजनक छैन। त्यसलाई चाहिँ कम गर्नुपर्ने एउटा बाध्यता छ। र पछिल्लो समय सरकारले तयार गरेको 15th प्लान, 15औं पञ्चवर्षीय योजना जुन गत वर्ष चाहिँ जारी गरियो 76-77मा, 76-77मा, र यो 80 to 81सम्म कायम रहन्छ, 81 असाढ 30 असाढ लास्टसम्म। यो प्लानमा चाहिँ गभर्मेन्टले 99% नेपाली जनसङ्ख्यालाई, 99% पपुलेसनलाई चाहिँ प्योर ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर सप्लाई गर्ने भनेर चाहिँ टार्गेट राखेको छ। अब यो टार्गेट यो एचिभ नगर्ने भन्ने सम्भव छैन भन्ने पनि, त्यस्तो सम्भवै नहुने टार्गेट पनि होइन, इट इज पोसिबल। तर यो सम्भव छ, तर हाम्रो काम गर्ने तरिका, हाम्रा इन्स्टिट्युसनहरूले काम गर्ने तरिकामा इम्प्रुभ गर्नु चाहिँ आवश्यक छ, नत्र यो टार्गेट पुरा हुँदैन। जस्तो एउटा मैले अघि नै भने मेलम्ची ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर प्रोजेक्ट जुन छ, मेलम्ची खानेपानी परियोजना, यो परियोजनामा जस्तै काम हुने हो भने चाहिँ यो 99%लाई प्रोभाइड गर्न कुनै पनि हालतमा सम्भव छैन। यसलाई इन्स्टिट्युसनल क्यापासिटीलाई इन्हान्स गरेर अगाडि बढाउनु आवश्यक छ। दिस इज वाट वी निड टु डु। यो ड्रिङ्किङ वाटरमा यो सिचुएसन छ। गभर्मेन्टको डाटाले 80% भन्छ, अब 99% यो पञ्चवर्षीय योजना कम्प्लिट हुँदा पुर्याउने गभर्मेन्टको योजना छ। दिस इज अल अबाउट द ड्रिङ्किङ वाटर। Another infrastructure of the development is energy. Energy, it means the source of many work, like water. Like water, energy also is one of the most important part of our life. Without energy, we cannot survive easily, no doubt. It does not mean that we cannot survive, but we cannot survive easily. Energy is being used in our everyday life to cook food, light the bulbs, isn't it? You are watching television because of the energy, no doubt, isn't it? Not only that, to run factories or large machines in hospitals and in construction works, in each and every sector we need energy. We need power. Energy means power, electric, or different source of energy are there. Means energy also is the most important part of the human life, isn't it? For the progress, for the change, development, we need to use. So that it is being used means energy is used in each and every step of our life, to cook food, to construct the building, isn't it? To operate machines, construction machines, we need to have energy. Yes, so that energy is most important. Infrastructures of development. Infrastructures of development, energy is one. And when we are talking about the energy, we need to know the sources of energy. What are the sources of energy? One is hydroelectricity, generator, solar power, biogas, firewood, coal, natural gas, water mill, wind power, nuclear powerhouse, petroleum, and biological wastes. These are the some source of energy, isn't it? And from this source, we can generate energy and we can use in our daily life. If you talk about Nepal, still firewood is the most important energy. Though this is not being used in city areas, but in almost all the villages, firewood is being used. In terms of human health and in terms of ecosystem, both, it is not beneficial. Smoke is being produced from the firewood. So, in the both the perspective, from the human health on the one side, on the other side, from the ecological system, it's not good. But major portions of our population, or the larger portion of our population, is using firewood as a source of energy. And what is the possibility, or which sector should be focused by us or by the country? Means hydroelectricity. We already talked about, when we talk about drinking water, we talked about the source of water. Nepal is the second richest country, isn't it? So that we can say that because of that source of water, we can generate hydroelectricity as much as we need, or more than we need. Tentative thing is like 83,000 megawatt, around 83,000 megawatt can be produced. This primary survey shows that. But financially, we can produce 43,000 megawatt. That was the survey, that survey reflect. Isn't it? So that we need to go for that hydroelectricity. Energy is most important. One example we can take in one example. When Nepal was suffered from load setting problem, when Kulman Gising became the head of the NEA, then that problem is resolved or solved. But see the development or see the economic growth before and after the end of the load setting. Isn't it? Like for the industry, industrial development, and others in different sectors, energy is must, especially industry. Without industrial development, we cannot imagine the progress, the development. And for that, we need energy. So, energy is the most important source, or energy is the most important part of the development itself, or so that it is the infrastructure, most important infrastructure of the development. And electricity, I already told you, electricity is the most important source of energy in our country. And how is the situation at present in our nation? How is the situation of the energy? Means, I already told you previously too, when we talked about drinking water, during that time too, I told you the Nepal is very rich in water resources. There are big and small rivers, like big rivers like Kosi, Gandaki, Karnali, Rapti, and this all, Mahakali, and other many lakes are there. More than 6,000 big and small rivers are there. Many rivers are perennial, flowing every time because of the Himalaya origin in Himalaya region, or is Himal mountains. And feasibility study shows that 83,000 per megawatt can be produced. And like technical and financial, like with regards to technical and financial capacity of our country, at least 43,000 megawatt can be produced. But how much we are producing? Around 1%. At present, a bit more. Not more than 2%. Around 1% we are producing. Isn't it? That is the overall situation. And some big projects are there. And remaining things, how that electricity started in Nepal, when it was produced for the first time, those things we will discuss in next class. And we'll talk about another infrastructures is human resource. This is also the infrastructures of the development. And energy, few portions of energy and human resource we'll talk about in next class. Today time is over, so let's say bye bye, see you on next class. Thank you very much.